All right, let's do stuff here. Let's fix a door corner. These doors, they all seem to rot out in these corners just because of the way it's made. They got just a lovely, lovely little pocket here to catch all kinds of shit, and then it rusts out. That's the way she goes. So I got her cleaned up. As you can see, well, I don't know, can you see it? Can you see it? I made a door and inner here. Had to do the same thing on that side. What I did to fix this, instead of spending a whole bunch of time trying to make a panel out of scrap steel, scrap, spare, new, it would be out of a new sheet that I've got over there. It ain't scrap because I paid money for it. Can you even see me? What's going on here? Where am I? Am I up there? I don't know if you can even see me. I don't got no production crew here. So if you can't see me, I kind of apologize, but it's insincere. So anyways, back to the print. I bought a lower door skin for this door. Goes up, I don't know, about a foot. It easily would have taken me time, half an hour, 45 minutes, to try to make a piece to fit this nicely. The rust, actually the biggest problem with the corners of these doors is that somebody else had already repaired it. Where is it? I'll show you. Oh, the pieces that I cut out. Yeah. Actually, I think that's either this one or is it that one? I don't know. Anyways, I don't really know if you can tell, but what they done was to fix it, they just grabbed a square hunk of steel, and you can tell by the black primer on it that this is leftover metal from other patchwork. Eh? See the similarities? So now they took their piece of steel, and they slid it underneath like that. They cut a hole out of it, then they just put this piece underneath like that, and then they welded it in. Because you can see the weld here, and this piece here, that's the door skin. This piece here, that's their panel. You see what I'm saying? Are you feeling me? Don't matter. I don't really care. And then when they did that, they folded her over the edges, and I mean, for lack of a better phrase, we'll call it a flange. They flanged it. They got her all flanged up. They flanged her together. They got her all flanged. I hate that phrase, flange. I get this flanged up. It's stupid. But anyway, so they hemmed it. Is that a better phrase, a hem? I don't know what it is. They folded the Jeesley thing over the edge and smashed it with a hammer, which I'm going to do as well. I don't know if they needed to do that for the rest that was there, but maybe they got away on them. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I got to do it now. So anyways, I cut their shit out that they put in. So what I done was, as previously stated, the lower door skin for this thing, I think it was like $65. That really ain't much. Because out of that lower door skin, I'll get the two corners, and that probably saves me at least an hour's work to net possibly a better product than I might have made. Maybe not, because I'm amazing. I'm remarkable. Anyways, made sense to me. That's what I done. And in between, I got a whole great big hunk of steel now that I can do stuff like that with what they done. See what I'm saying to you? Now, in order to do this, to flange it over again, well, we're going to have to be able to butt weld our flange. Can you see my finger, what I'm pointing at down here? Because I'm pointing at stuff. We're going to have to be able to butt weld that flange around and get her tight. We got to hammer that and smash that flat to get her tight like that is. A problem I've run into, because I've already done the driver's door and I've already done this corner on this door, is when they bang stamp these panels out, they don't get a nice sharp 90-degree. See how that's kind of roundy? That edge. Yeah, see, that's not really conducive to what I want to do, but that's the way the old cookie bounces. So what I've done is I cut their work out, thusly, and I cut this too big, right? Took my too big a piece, smack, put her up there, it was this big. So then I kept coming back and forth to decide where I've got my best steel. Trimmed her back to there. I took a grinder and I ground through the edge of the door, right on that flat. And when you grind it through the edge, you'll be able to see your layers of steel. That's because I didn't want to just get all, I mean, you don't want to just start whacking away at this with a samurai sword and just wrecking shit. Don't be old Stevie wrecking, Shawnee wrecking shit, Stewie don't wreck stuff. So you want to sneak up on it and do it nicely. Cock suction. So that's what I done. So anyways, everybody's fitting here. Everybody's home, right? So we'll take some little clamps. We'll clamp her up. Now you want to make sure that you're as good as you can get it, right? So we take a big straight edge and make sure that our panel's in line. I mean, you can eyeball it, it looks pretty good, but a straight edge don't lie, right? Right, right. You want me to quit saying right? Okay. So we're not really there. That's got to come out a bit. At the bottom. So you want to do that, and then you want to get yourself on the bottom as well. Now, one of the problems that I noticed that I ran into over there is once I cut this piece out, so this piece has a curve to it there. See that? That's this curve here in the door here, yeah? But once I cut it out, we went pretty flat there. We don't got a curve anymore. So we got to curve it. So you got to give her one of these. Where's one of them commercials of the guy bending the iron? I am not one of those guys. It's actually surprisingly stiff. I said stiff. So, yeah, this isn't being very nice to me. Just a second. Oh, you dirty butt. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. I'm back. I did it. Got to put a curve in. Hey, there we go. Now we're better. It's still, it's not, you know, it's kind of a bummer, really. But I think it's still better than me fighting with my own demons trying to make one. Like a little more gap. Honestly, I know this video is kind of boring, and you can probably watch 15 other videos of somebody doing the same thing, maybe even only better than what I'm fitting to do here. But one thing I'm noticing with the old lube tube is if I only put out a video or two, like if I did a video a week or maybe even 2 videos a week, they don't throw them in people's face that much, and so nobody sees them, so then you don't get no views. And I mean, what's the point of me doing this if the same 4 people just watch them? You know, you want more people to see them. So to get more people to see more stuff, I guess I have to try to put out more stuff. So there's going to be a lot of repetition. And I guess maybe if somebody's watching this video for the first time and haven't seen any of my other videos that I've done, well, you haven't seen me do this yet. So there, here, let me just get right in front of you. But like I said, we'll take a straight edge. Here, let's get some more clamps. Oh, I got more clamps. Look at that. Holy jumpins. I like these little buggers. Little buggers. See, when you do that, you can't really get your straight edge through there to make sure you're straight. Yeah, see, it's just not conducive. So you know what's going to wind up going on here is we're going to wind up doing this until we're happy, and then we're going to have to put a tack on it. We're going to have to attack it. It's a handy part of the old liquid door gap machine over there. So that's right where I want that. I don't think that I moved it, but I probably have. Oh yeah. So we're happy with that. Are we happy with this? Oh yeah. Now you can probably see, I don't know if you can, maybe you can't. One of the problems with this rounded stamped edge is when I take a hammer and I smash the shit out of it from the other side to do the flange, as it tightens it up, it seems to pull it in a little bit. Because when I did this one, I had to get the old liquid door gap installer, because when I hammered and smashed the shit out of this one, it pulled that edge up. So it wasn't level with this edge, if that makes any sense to you. When it pulled it around. It pulled it. Do you want me to say it pulled it again till you don't make no sense? Well, it pulled it. I'll just keep saying it till it has no meaning whatsoever. But I think I'm going to go with that because it's going to pull it around. And hopefully this one does not. I should try to move that out a little bit, because it's going to pull that too, isn't it? So, you know, this is where you get it lined up really nicely, and then, whoosh, you just flush the toilet and lose everything you just done. So we'll try not to do that. That's what I do. I don't know why you got to give me such a hard time, you know? I'm just trying to be a fella. So you see that we're out just a little bit. So I'm going to come along and I'm going to put a tack weld right into that corner. And then when I flange that over, when it pulls it, because it's done it already before in previous experiences, so when it does it again, hopefully I come out a little more even, so I don't got to go back in and even the gap up. But if I got to do that, then I got to do that. That's just the way it goes. That's, what are you going to do, you know? What are you going to do? Well, what are you going to do? Nothing. You're just going to do what you got to do, God damn it. If you're going to tack stuff into place like this, make sure you close your eyes before you pull the trigger. If you kind of got to manipulate something to be in where you want it, kind of like I'm doing here, after you put your little hunk of weld in there, keep hanging on to it for a second. And as I've stated, it's the weld that screws your shit up. Now, if you do something like this and you keep pressure on here, as that weld cools and it pulls, you'll feel this move. And I'm not kidding, you'll feel that move. There's been times where I've had to push something into place and I put a couple of tacks and I got to put more tension on this, like immediately for a brief second, because it's really pulling on it. So to hold it into place. And hopefully if you can do that, then instead of that weld pulling the steel because the weld's thicker and the steel is weaker, maybe as that weld's cooling, you can get that weld to kind of stretch, or I don't know. Maybe it doesn't do nothing, but I'm trying. God damn it, I'm trying. See, that's not bad there. That's pretty good there. We're all right. Yeah, all right. Now, like I was saying, it kind of pulled stuff right. Now we're not pinned into the corner here, hey? So our patch is moved, but our patch has more strength than the inner. Good stuff. So now when you're gonna, we'll call it a hem, because I hate saying flange it, when you're gonna flange it, don't just get in there and just start smashing. Now you want to work it over kind of nicely. Now in my collision years, I mean, I've done 1,000 door skins due to collision damage. And you learn over the years that when you're doing a flat rate, the nicer finished product you can come up with, And the less, I mean, you get paid to get the job done regardless of what it takes. So the more efficiently you can get the job done at your first whack at it, the better off you are. I've worked with bodymen that when they're putting their skin on and when they're folding this seam over, I mean, the only way to do it is to hammer it over. They make tools and rollers and stuff that you can, but they don't roll through gaps and stuff. Those things are like two pinch rollers that go along, and you get it on there and it's just supposed to save the world. Well, it doesn't. And I've worked with guys that think that it's faster to just take a hammer and a dolly and just smash the living shits out of it, and then go back and do a bunch of body work all the way around the edge of their door when they're done. I was taught by an old dude to use a block of wood, a piece of poplar wood, because it's fairly soft, and hold that on your outside as your dolly, because it will absorb the strike from your blow, but it won't dent the outer panel. And I've done, once I got into doing that and got better at doing that, I'll bet you 85% of the door skins that I've done in my lifetime so far, I've had to do no body work to the outside of it. The outside of that door was just as nice as, did you hear that? That's a cat coming in. It kind of made me poop a little bit there. So anyways, I'm not going to do that with this. I'm just going to use a dolly because I'm going to be body working down here anyways. And that's a long time ago with the poplar, and it really was a sad day when somebody was in my toolbox borrowing stuff and they took my little chunk of poplar wood that I used for door skins. I don't know where it went. Somebody took it, used it for something stupid, lost it forever. I had even rounded one edge, you know, for getting into body lines and stuff, and yeah, it was a sad day. Nailed it. Did you get anything out of that? Anything at all? Well, hope so. So, yeah, now I'm going to go huck this door at the truck and finalize my fender gaps and stuff, and then it's time to blow the whole damn truck apart. Which is good, because the dude's itching to come get his frame to start getting jiggy with it. So, if you watch this right up till here, good on you. Thanks for watching.